Hi guys, I hope you're doing well and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Luana and I have been working as a professional psychic medium for the last several years, specializing in twin flame connections, divine counterparts. I was gonna wait to do this video until my hair dried, but I just was sitting here and I was like, for those of you who do readings or anything artistic, I'm sure you understand the urge of like when you have a download come through right now and you need to get it done like right now. So don't mind everything that's going on here, but I'm very excited to delve into the reading. So I tried to film a reading yesterday actually to post because I've been trying to post every single day. And if you want to check any of those readings out, they should be behind this reading. But basically, I've decided to really try and focus on YouTube because I'm really feeling called here. And I've already gotten so much beautiful feedback from so many of you that you're really enjoying these readings and getting so much out of these readings. So I'm very, very happy about that. And I have so much fun doing this. So I'm so glad that you're benefiting. So we're actually going to start today with the Whispers of Love Oracle deck. This deck is great for messages around relationship, love, self-love, really themes of like balancing and harmonizing your heart chakra and your relationship to love in general. So we'll see what comes through. It's interesting because I almost feel that this reading is going to be like a medley of different energies. So the first card that we have is Love Makes a Difference. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. I really feel like you're going through a period of healing right now. And so many people in my community can resonate with this message. Your twin flame journey, you've just manifested union or harmonized in some way or reconnected with your twin flame. Like this is what's been going on for so many people in my community. And there's a lot that can bring up, right? So we tend to, in the twin flame journey, think of union as like the end all be all. But I've been receiving this message. I mean, this is a personal revelation I've had lately, but it's almost like your life and your twin flame journey doesn't end with union. It's almost like the beginning. And then you get into this space, even if you've manifested union or you've just reconnected with your twin flame and you're healing that, it's almost like that relationship ends up being a foundation for you to live your dream life, to do your purpose and to step into alignment. Like it's there to support you. It's not necessarily the end all be all. And some of you might be realizing this, or this might be something that is kind of coming in as a realization in the near future. But with this card, like Love Makes a Difference, it's like this is now a foundation of how you live. You now live as someone who is anchored in the energy of unconditional love. You're now anchored in that union energy. Whether you have manifested the physical relationship right now or it's manifesting, you're in this energy and it's a different way of approaching the world. What the guides are kind of saying right now is, I just get the sense of kind of going from survival mode to thriving and being abundant, but you're not yet used to fully being out of survival mode. Like this is really common for what we refer to as star seeds and light workers, people who are very intuitive, very sensitive, very psychic, who basically come here with a big purpose, you know, to impact the planet, raise the vibration, help each other, heal each other. Like if you're a light worker, you're going to be drawn to intuitive spaces, tarot cards, energy healing, crystals, like all of that. And there's just this sense that all of you are light workers in some capacity. You're on the spiritual path in some capacity. And there's just this feeling of like, you are now shifting out of the survival mindset, out of survival mode to abundance. And the very first reading that I posted, again in 6 months, like if you go back a couple videos, that reading was all about how you're now being called to receive the abundance that you've manifested. Like you spent all this time kind of healing and growing and setting a new foundation, but now you're receiving abundance. It's interesting because, okay, the next card is Focus on Love. Look for the good in everyone, and it has this image of like a little tree spirit, and she has a dragon in front of her, a little dragon with teeth. So it's interesting when I look at this card, it's almost like this tree spirit is, I mean, anyone could look at the dragon on this card and almost feel worried that the dragon is dangerous or the dragon is going to breathe fire at them and hurt them in some way. Let me see if you can really see that. But as you can see, she's almost approaching, looking for the good qualities in people, looking for where there is love, looking for the ways that people try to give to you. So this is a message. One of the messages of this card is Spirit is saying, and I can see how this reading is going to be a bit of a medley of like different messages, but I feel like it's a good like check-in because I do feel some of my future readings are going to be big energy updates, but I feel like this reading is just a bunch of little messages that you might need right now. What was I saying before I said that? Oh yeah, it's about you're being called to look at the relationships in your life. This could be about your twin flame, other people, friendships. It could be about both of them. It's about looking at these relationships and actually letting yourself receive love and support and to be nurtured by these relationships, because I really feel that, yeah, with the first card, love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. Like, you're definitely someone who has been hurt in relationships in the past, and that's totally okay. Like, all of us go through pain, but this is a really beautiful thing that's happening right now, is you're being called to shift to an energy where you really are supported by other people, really being supported. Okay, and then the next card that I pulled, this is going to be the last card from the Love Whispers Oracle deck. It says, you are divine, delightful, and deserving of the wonderful things life has to offer. So it's almost like you're beginning to realize your own self-worth. And what Spirit is really saying here is, this is really important. Okay, so I'm smiling because this is a funny energy that I channeled also in my Violet Flame Healing Circle for everyone. And there was a message that came through a few weeks ago, and the essence was, or I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but it was this message of sinking deeper into your divine feminine energy and letting go of the hyper independent, like girl boss energy. Even if you're a man, this applies to you, right? Because everyone, men and women, have that balance of internal masculine and feminine energy. And part of being healthy as a person is about learning to receive support, learning to trust, learning to lean on others, and releasing the guilt and releasing the fear that kind of plagues us in that arena. So this is definitely a message I can really resonate with. And I know it can be very painful to shift energies like this, especially when you've had negative experiences. And I can feel so much energy just from your past and your upbringing and your past experiences, even into early adulthood. But Spirit is saying, like, that was the past. It's over now. And you might be feeling like almost hypersensitive to those past experiences. But Spirit is saying, realize where your mind is trying to keep you safe. So your mind only can predict the future so much as what has happened, right? So it's important to realize that your mind is just trying to keep you safe when you are mentally latching on to these past negative experiences or these fears. And what Spirit is really saying here is that you don't have to do this alone. Like, this is really important. It's so important that you do not isolate yourself at this time, that you're leaning on the people who you can trust. Because I feel that you do have people that you can trust, and you have good reason to be able to trust them. And Spirit is saying, even if this just refers to one person or a few people right now, even if it doesn't seem like you have a whole group or community of people who can support you, you would be surprised even the difference that one person can make when you allow yourself to open up and to receive support and to let them see how you feel. So that is a very important message. And as you do that, you're going to be healing this kind of like, I'm hearing the words like self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, this is just about like, it's almost like one of your spirit guides is like saying, I know you're tired of the way that things have been with your relationships. Like, it's time for you to now receive something better. And the universe is fully in support of this. And so this is also a confirmation message. Sometimes when we go through pain, it can be hard to tell what is a safe situation versus what is an unsafe situation. But this is a message saying, like, you have someone or multiple people in your life that are safe for you. So this is a confirmation. It's important that you open up, that you lean on them. And doing that is really going to heal your sense of self-worth and kind of give you that sense of self-worth back and that trust back. And this is not something that you can do on your own, right? Because we're an interdependent species. We depend on each other for our well-being. And that's just the way it is. There's no trophy for doing it all yourself, right? Like, we need to lean on other people. If you think about someone that you care about so much and they were behaving the way that you were behaving maybe in the past, like isolating yourself, you would look at them and you'd realize like how much they deserve support, right? And so Spirit is saying, like, you deserve the same thing. Okay, I'm really being drawn to the next deck we're gonna go for, which is this Sacred Cycles deck. This is all about divine feminine archetypes, divine feminine energy. Really good deck for balancing the feminine energy, which is what we need so much of in our society right now. So let's see what messages come through here. It's interesting because with this blue moon card, I'm almost like feeling an energy of a cycle coming to culmination. And the reading that I did, I think 2 days ago, or the last reading that I did before this one, like when I think of blue moon, I think of the culmination of creative energy or sacral energy, which can also be kind of like the birth of something. And we pulled from this deck in the last reading, and there was a card called pregnancy, and it was about you are birthing like a new version of yourself. So blue moon, interesting. Let me hold this while I read this. Blue moon, you are worthy of abundance. I am worthy of abundance. There are two perspectives when a full moon is said to be a blue moon. You may choose to define it as a second full moon within astrological season, or as the second full moon within a calendar month. A blue moon accentuates the energies of a full moon. Blue moon opens your eyes and brings into focus a new level of abundance that you may have previously overlooked. Here we go again with these messages of abundance, right? Like this is what I talked about in the very first reading that I posted. Overlooking the abundance that you have, overlooking where you do have abundance because you're mentally focused on scarcity out of fear. It is as if your vision has expanded beyond the normal range of what human eyes can perceive. Life becomes a marvel of technicolor brilliance and awareness of energies, experiences, and awe. From this place of wonder and insight, you can recognize with a clear head and heart how you not only have all that you need, but are blessed with excess to share. There's just this message. They're just showing me your energy being so abundant that I'm sure you're a very giving person. I can just feel that from the energy, but even more so than what seems to be obvious when you give in the traditional sense, it's like your presence, your energy, the energy that you radiate is very uplifting. And that is almost a part of your generosity, is that abundant energy. Nature can serve as a great reminder of this endless abundance and encourages your generosity. Look to the green world for guidance whenever resistance arises, and know that your offerings will always be returned to you amplified. And the journal prompt says, where in my life do I have more than I need, and what can I share with others? It's interesting because when this card says, what can I share with others, more so about you needing to recognize your value of what you are sharing. So this is not necessarily like a call to action, but this is a call to reflect and to fully see the value that you do provide. And this is really important in knowing your self-worth and also being comfortable in receiving from others, because if you can see that you are a blessing, it becomes so much easier to receive from others because you have this intrinsic sense of value within yourself, right? So that's a mouthful. Card 49, labia. Let's see what this one says. I am protected. Acting as a guardian and pleasure center, it can also hold on to unprocessed emotions and experiences. Take note of anything that feels a bit exposed or raw at this time, and consider how you might give more care to this cherished part of you. In the past, it might have felt liberating and important to share this part of yourself with the world, but now that same part is calling for an internal nurturing vibration instead. If you are considering whether to bring a new creation or aspect of yourself into the light for others to see, be sure to give yourself plenty of time and space to discern whether this is in alignment and conjures a sense of pleasure. Let joy be your guiding light. And the journal prompt for this card is, where in my life do I need to show up as the protector for what is precious to me? So you know how in the last reading, if you watched the last reading, we pulled the pregnancy card, and basically what I said around that is that you are in this period of birthing a new version of yourself. And there's a lot of tender emotions, and for those of you who have just reconnected with your twin flame or manifested a union, there are parts of you that are going to be feeling very tender, very raw, very open. And so it's about not forcing yourself to be as open or to do... okay, they're bringing up the hustle culture again, right? Not forcing yourself to hustle, but where can you rest? Where can you go within yourself? Where can you nurture yourself and protect the parts of you that are literally like in the womb right now? Like you're almost like you're birthing a new version of yourself. How can you protect that part of you that is going through this process of growing, right? So like, let's say for example, if you know, a premature baby, right? Like they're very delicate, they're very small, they haven't fully come to term. And so they need a lot more monitoring of their like health levels, of their well-being. It's almost like the same idea. Like there are parts of you that are still in development that are still premature, that need extra care and extra attention. So I would encourage you to ask yourself, what parts of me are feeling very vulnerable, and what parts of me can I allow the people close to me who I trust to nurture and to care for, and how can I protect these parts of me from the harsh energies in the external world, right? So those are the messages there. This is really like, this deck is all about nurturing yourself, all about being there for yourself, all about that self-love, and almost this supporting you on your growth of gestation, if we're using the pregnancy analogy. So I want to pull a few more cards. I feel the message is coming to an end a little bit. Like, this felt definitely like a shorter message just for this specific energy. So, all right, we have stargazing, and also this is from the Oracle of the Fairies deck. Stargazing. When you gaze at the stars, you give yourself fairy focus. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. And the second card is hidden depths. Something hidden is about to come to light, perhaps a secret memory at the back of your mind. When we expose what's hidden, we become free. So the first thing that comes to mind is, this is about intuition. This is literally about accessing your intuition, and then your intuition showing you what is in your subconscious mind, what is coming to light. And your intuition is going to show you certain truths that you have about yourself, about your life, and about your truth as your person, your life path, that are going to bubble up from your subconscious. So right now, you might even feel that you are in a bit of like a mental fog. Things don't feel fully clear. You don't feel like you have complete clarity or direction, even though you have a general sense of direction. Let's pull one more. Oh, believe in magic. Open your eyes and see the magic that's all around in nature. The fairy of the northern light says you are part of nature, so you are magical too. It's almost about like believing in your own power to completely 180 your life in the ways that you want to change your life, in terms of abundance, in love, in your twin flame connection, in your union. Like, there are so many ways that you are malleable. And something that I'm feeling is that in the past, you might have been told by people that you are one thing, that you can't change, that you are stuck in the way that you are. But this isn't true. And I know when I say that, it sounds very obvious, but you would be surprised at what gets stuck in our subconscious mind. It's about realizing that you are so much more flexible and malleable than other people have given you credit for. And again, okay, you know what? In this reading, there are so many themes of value coming through, like your knowing your personal value, seeing your value, feeling your value, allowing yourself to believe in the most magical, in the most intuitive, in the most spiritual version of yourself. Like the version of yourself who really defines who you are, right? Like your soul. Like, I just get such a strong, like, we're trying to help you see your worth type of energy from your guides with this card. Of like, do you even see like the effect that you have on the world around you, the people? Do you even see how precious your energy, your thoughts, your intuition is? It's such like a precious energy. And going back to the previous deck, protecting that precious part of yourself. So you're really going through a period that is all about knowing your self-worth, about receiving more, about healing your relationship to relationships and other people, so that you can shift into an energy where you're more connected and taken care of, so that you can really start to do the things that make you happy. One more note here with this hidden depths card is, don't be afraid if you have a lot of heavy emotions come up. I almost feel this energy of a breakthrough, like you're going to have this moment where it's like, I spent my whole life fearing or hating this part of myself or my personality. And I'm seeing this image of someone like laughing after crying and just realizing the absurdity of like all of the restrictions or the limitations that other people have put on you, and you're just laughing in this like liberation of like, oh my god, like I can do anything I want, like I could be anyone I want, like I'm free to be myself. And it's just this, it's a really beautiful energy actually. And the message here is that you really are on the right track, and you can be independent as well as having your needs met by other people. Like it's not one or the other. Like you can receive support from other people, and you can go do the things that you want to do because you are so supported. So it's not like I'm either going to be dependent on people or I'm going to be totally independent. It's like a mix of both, right? You allow yourself to be dependent on people to help you in certain ways. so that you can do what you want to do, right? It's all about that support. So, wow, what amazing messages that came through. Thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, please let me know in the comments if this message resonated with you. I always love to hear from you, from your comments, and how these readings resonate so that I know it's actually making an impact. Be sure to subscribe because I'm going to be posting so many more readings really consistently. I'm really feeling called to do YouTube frequently, so be sure to subscribe, tune into the next readings, check out the past readings that I just did. Otherwise, I'm sending you so much love, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, take care.